Okay, this is 13-1, problem number 2. The problem states, given two parallel lines, explain how to transform one onto the other using a couple different, well, we're going to rotate it we're going to do it using rotation and translation. So first with rotation. So let's draw a couple lines here, and for the sake of things we'll just say that those are parallel. We just know those to be parallel. So the key point for this rotation is, the first thing we need to do is find a center point. So we need to find something with equal distance in between these two. So I'm going to go about right here. Seems to be a little bit to the left as now I'm looking at it, but for the sake of this video we're going to make it our center point. Okay, so now how do we get let's say this one on top of this one? So if you think about rotating, really what we're going to do is take this and we're just going to rotate it around this point. So doing that, if we rotated it 90 degrees, would rotate it and it would look something like this. Okay, and then we just rotate it again from there, and then it's right here. It's right on the line. So with 100 and so we're just going to draw a little arrow and so with 180 degree rotation, it would move this line, boop, 90 degrees, and then boop, another 90 degrees would, so I guess equal, this isn't, again, those aren't very necessarily the best lines ever, but they would be on top of each other due to that rotation. So that's the rotation. The key is finding a center point in between the two, and then just finding the angle of rotation. So we have our center point here, and then the 180 degree rotation total, or two 90 degree rotations. However you say it, it's the same thing. As long as those 90 degree rotations are in sync, like 90, 180, not 90 and then back to 0, because then you're just back where you started. Anyways, translation. So we know that a translation is just better known as a slide. Let's draw our two lines again. That wasn't a very good line, but okay, and again, for the sake of my drawing purposes, we're going to assume that these two lines are parallel. Translation, slide, it's about as easy as it sounds. We're going to take this one, and we're just kind of move it over here. We're just going to slide it. So it'd be like having, see, I have another pen. Give me your other pen. Okay. So let's say that we have these two pens. So for that first one, we had our point, rotated, and we rotated again, and that's how we got that. Okay. For the translation, I'm just going to take this one, I'm going to just slide it, and whoop, and in a perfect world it would actually, just go up on top of each other like that. So that's a little visual, quick visual, but so yeah, we have our little slide right here, and then in turn you would get the two lines on top of each other. So that's all that this one called for, just finding it with rotation. So remember, the rotation is you need to find a center point and an angle, rotation angle. Translation, just a slide, just sliding one onto the other. So that's it. Thanks for watching.